The Diary of a Certified Psychopath. Off the crank. This made an August dawn's ambient alarm call to aching arms and restful legs featured the all-too-familiar cacophonous crescendo of hooting herring gulls engaged in acrobatic airborne combat, accompanied by humdrum thunder from heavy traffic, Heathrow Harbour's winged ferries, weaving their rogue silver wakes beyond the clouds, and a convoy of tip-up trucks, which groaned even more loudly than our locality's big blue road train, relieving every responsible citizen's non-sinning twin bins of their bi-weekly burdens. And indeed, who could blame them? The former, that is, sentenced to their lifetime of hard labour, in subservient honour of humanity's perpetual desire for affordable high-rise housing, hauling Herculean loads of freshly dredged aggregate and sustainable scrap metal to shed upon the many fertile grey field building sites of Shoreham's ever-broadening skyline. Altogether, an evocative sonic spectacle, merging atonal harmony with dissonant accord, and one which the late great pioneer of abstract soundscapes, John Cage, might well have considered his finest composition. Jobs and odds. But no gold-fingered handshakes. Between dodging biblical deluges and rendering acts of voluntary gut gratification for the grounded residents of Shoreham's mainland and maritime communities, mostly those adhering to strict 5-till-2 diets rich in starchy staples, I seized the fortuitous opportunity to road test a pair of makeshift shorts, on one of the few outings during this atypically clement summer that my exposed knees were prepared to tolerate the pernicious nip of a fresh northeasterly flag fiddler, which a mortal chest covered by one loose-fitting cotton t-shirt still sensed blew a few degrees more off the balmy low 20s reported by our climate prophet's ever-flattering forecasts. It also told a far chillier tale than was evident to one solitary runner, who was bound towards Shoreham at a lively lick along our lengthy coastal autobahn's paved hard shoulder, between my hometown's nearest Screwfix superstore and the only branch of Lidl within West Sussex that permits Aldi customers to use its appointed parking facilities. This self-styled triathlete was arrayed in what appeared to be swimming trunks and a frayed string vest, leading me to believe that they might have escaped from one of several local CrossFit gyms, or perhaps be engaged in pulverising one of their personal coach's sadomasochistic workouts before a hearty sous-vided salmon breakfast. Either way, this chance encounter prompted an exchange of empathetic grimaces as our random paths overlapped, making a mildly tortuous segment of my spontaneous route somewhat more tolerable. Home is where the head and bed is. Trundling steadily along Kingsway a handful of recuperative kilometres and one full earthly revolution later, though thankfully not of the kind that involves the coordinated mass uprising of a subjugated nation enacting civil warfare against the oppressive military forces employed by a ruthless dictatorship, unless, that is, one counts my concerted campaign to resist elemental authoritarianism by rising from the saddle during every eastbound interval of this roundly improvised route, grasping my sturdy Thai steed's spacious flat bar and stomping tunnels through the invisible wall erected by our Gulf Stream's turbulent tag team, with occasional assistance from exceptionally slow-moving SUVs. Excuse the literary detour. Let me start again. Pedalling softly along Kingsway several comfortable miles and one complete earthly pirouette later, I stowed 2 successive toes from a duo of junior trailblazers, perched upon amply proportioned mountain bikes that I suspected were birthday gifts, and accompanied by such paternal phrases as, "Don't worry, Eva, he'll grow into it. They had a medium-sized Rally Strada, but only with a royal blue frame, and crimson on camo green really is his favourite colour scheme." Moments after, during a wind-aided cool-off up Wish Road, I heard the unmistakable strains of amateur trombone practice, emanating from a semi-detached abode overlooking the park. Ah, my drifting mind mulled, likely another coming-of-age present, albeit one that its canny owner could have persuaded a cash-strapped family investor to purchase for musically educational purposes. Or perhaps one last desperate attempt by Uncle Barney to prevent any further performances of Ravel's Bolero played on the detuned recorder. "Keep it up, friend," I attempted to telepathically convey, whilst simultaneously swerving an empty bag of Blue Circle cement. "Don't worry if that place's principal trombonist in Port Slade's Old Village Youth Orchestra goes to Dave the Chain Vapor. Whatever happens, never lose that passion for music, since it will enrich your soul, supplant crippling fear with impregnable fortitude, and teach you to be instrumental when tackling life's most daunting challenges."